Yad aditya gatam tejo jagad bhasayante khilam yak chandrasmasi yat chagnor tad teja vidhi makam. The splendor of the sun will dispatch the darkness of this whole world comes from me, and the splendor of the moon and the splendor of fire are also from me. Gam avishya cha bhutani dharayam ajosha pushnami jokshanthin sarva soma bhutva rasatmakha. I enter into each planet, and by my energy they stay in orbit. I become the moon and thereby supply the juice of life to all vegetables. I am the fire of digestion in every living body, and I am the air of life, outgoing and incoming, by which I digest the four kinds of foodstuff. Sarvasachaham hridesanvisto mata smriti jnanam apuham cha vedesa sarvam ahame vedo vedanta kid veda vedevanchaham. I am seated in everyone's heart, and from me comes remembrance, forget knowledge and forgetfulness. By all the Vedas am I to be known. Indeed, I am the compiler of the Vedanta, and I am the knower of the Vedas. There are two classes of being, the fallible and the infallible. In the material world, every entity is fallible. In the spiritual world, every entity is infallible. Besides these two, there is the greatest living personality, the Lord Himself, who has entered into these worlds and is maintaining them. Because I am transcendental beyond birth, beyond both the fallible and the infallible, because I am the greatest, I am celebrated both in the world and in the Vedas as the supreme person, supreme Purusha, Pratitah Purushottamah. I am the supreme person, celebrated as Pratitah means celebrated, and Purushottama means the supreme personality of Godhead. Whoever knows me as the supreme personal Godhead without doubting, is to be understood to be the knower of everything. He therefore engages himself. He therefore engages himself in full devotional service, O son of Bharata. This is the most confidential part of the Vedic scripture, O sinless one, and it is disclosed now by me. Whoever understands this will become wise, and his endeavor will know perfection. So Krishna is telling here so many things. He's telling here, I am the splendor of the sun, which dispels the darkness of this whole world. So Krishna's Brahma Jyoti, from where does the sun gets its light? Its light and heat. It's fire. From where does sun get? It gets from the Brahma Jyoti, and that Brahma Jyoti is Krishna's, Nirakar Swarupa, Krishna's effulgence coming out of Krishna's body. So the sun, gets the heat and the light, the fire from Krishna. Similarly, the moon gets the soothing, because Krishna is also bliss personified. So actually there is, when in reality the Brahma Jyoti comes from Srimati Radharani, and Krishna gives the soothingness. So the blue color of the sky, the sky, blackish blue, that is Krishna's color. That is Krishna. And the Brahma Jyoti, actually, Prabhupada mentioned in one place that we all are expansion of Srimati Radha. We all are separated expansion of Srimati Radharani in reality. So because she is golden in color, so the Brahma Jyoti is also golden. So that comes from Srimati Radharani. So in reality, because Krishna is trying to cover up, and Radharani wants Krishna to be in the front of everything. So that's why Krishna is saying, I'm all these things come from me. But in reality, because Krishna's color is bluish black, so how can golden effulgence come from bluish black? The effulgence that will come from blue color is blue only, bluish black color. That's why we have this sky, this unlimited sky that is bluish black in color, and we have the light which people call Nirakar, Brahma Jyoti, that actually is coming from the toes of Srimati Radharani. That light, that Nirakar, the Brahma Jyoti expands from the toe of Srimati Radharani. And it is, and we all living entities are, it is the Brahma Jyoti is made up of all the living entities, the souls. So it's what do you say, it's the whole Brahma Jyoti is made up of infinite, unlimited amount of living entities, the souls. And that Brahma Jyoti also has a light, beautiful effulgence, because each soul has its own individual, light. So together, all the souls, so much light you can see, like if you know, one small bulb, will not be seen in the darkness, but when there are thousands of bulbs, the whole big, flood light will be formed. Like they use that light in the day and night matches or like that. Similarly, we have so many souls, who have their own individual body effulgence. So when they combine together, so it looks like a vast, fire of effulgence coming out from Srimati Radharani's toes. And that forms the basis of all the light in this material world, which we see the heat and the light, that is an expansion or perverted expansion of that Brahma Jyoti. That's why Krishna says here, I am the splendor of the sun, which dispatches the darkness of this world. The splendor of the sun comes from me, and the splendor of the moon, the splendor of fire also comes from me, Krishna says. Then he goes on to say, I enter into each planet, and by my energy, they stay in their orbit. So gravity is not, in reality, it's called Achinta Shakti. You can call it gravity, you can call, science can call it so many things. But in reality, Krishna says, he enters into each planet, and by his energy, Achinta Shakti it is called, they stay in the orbit. They all are floating and everything. We see them as floating. In reality, there's a whole different Vedic cosmology, which is a mystery to everyone. The more you try to read about it, the more you become perplexed by it. How does it work? No one knows. Even Brahma may be, figuring out, how does this Vedic cosmology work? Because it's Krishna's Maya. I don't understand Vedic cosmology. Wow, so how are we going to understand? We are figuring out. It's very intriguing, how Krishna enters, how he keeps. Obviously, he enters as a Paramatma atom. The atom also Krishna is there in Paramatma, and then he keeps everything in orbit. I become the moon and then supply the juice of life to all vegetables. I am the fire of digestion in every living entity, and I am the air of life, outgoing and incoming, by which I digest the 4 kinds of food stuff. What are the 4 kinds of food stuff? Anyone knows? No, one is swallowed, one that can be swallowed, then that can be chewed, that can be licked, that can be sucked. So Krishna is the fire, and because of Krishna, this our agni in our belly, it burns. If it's good, you feel hungry. The fire will burn. If the fire doesn't burn, means some problem with your stomach. Then you go to some Ayurvedic and get it checked. So this is what Krishna is telling, how to understand him in the material world. We all want to see Krishna. Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? So like that, Krishna is Vibhuti. Krishna's opulent. By Krishna's opulent, like in sun, moon, in our digestive fire. Like that, we can understand Krishna. We can see Krishna like this. And like seeing how the planets are orbiting. And, for imagine, just for a space or a spaceship or a aeroplane to be launched in the sky, it requires such amount of brainstorm, intelligence is required. And even then, one aeroplane will come and only one aeroplane can take off at one time and one aeroplane can land at one time. The rest all have to wait, right? When you go in the airport, you are, it is said, we are in the queue now. धीरे धीरे आगे बढ़ता है, एक जो उड़ता है फिर आपको उड़ने को मिलता है, सब साथ में नहीं उड़ सकते, अदरवाइज आसमान में क्रैश हो जाएंगे एक से दूसरे, because lot of intelligence is required to monitor and to keep everything in perfect control. So imagine all these planets are orbiting, millions of stars we see, so many different objects we see in the sky, the sun, the moon, the stars, and different other objects. Not for Krishna, they would have collided. You know, a, who are keeping them not from colliding? Who are keeping them? Who is keeping them? Krishna's Achintya Shakti, his energy. So you can imagine, if a small aeroplane requires such amount of brains to keep it, flying, such big planets, such big stars, sun, everything, moon, all these, what kind of intelligence is required? It's mind-boggling. So from where it is coming? It is coming, Krishna enters and Krishna doesn't allow them to crash into each other. By Achintya Shakti, he keeps them, everyone, in their own orbit, they are revolving and rotating. They don't go outside that. जो उनके लिए सीमा बनाई गई है, बस उसी सीमा में वो घूमते रहते हैं. Once Prabhupada was walking with his disciples on the beach, and he was, the water was, the sea water was coming in and out, is going. So Prabhupada told, no, so such a vast amount of sea water is here. If this water is, not controlled by someone, it can just come out, and if the whole water comes out, what will happen? The whole city will be completely gone. In fact, in moments, in minutes, it will be finished. What is keeping this water in its limits? What is that energy which doesn't allow this water to come beyond this point? That is Krishna. That is Krishna's Shakti. Who is controlling the water? Tell me, who is controlling the sea water? Are you controlling? Is any government controlling the Arabian Sea water, or the Indian Ocean, or the Bay of Bengal, or the Pacific Ocean, or the Atlantic Ocean? Is any government controlling it? America controlling it? UNO controlling it? NATO controlling it? No one is controlling. But they don't cross their maryada. The line which Krishna has set, they will not cross that. हम जब कंट्रोल करने बैठते हैं तो we make this drainage system, and what happens to our drainage system in the rains? What happens to our drainage system in the rains? Our made system, what happens in every rain? चोक नहीं है, एवरीथिंग कम्स इन, पूरा समुद्र बन जाता है हर जगह. दिल्ली वालों को पता है, मुंबई वालों को पता है, सिटीज को पता है कैसे what your whole city is half over flooded with water, everything pani everywhere, because that is our failed system. But imagine Krishna's, so much rain, so much this, everything, but वो sea अपनी मर्यादा नहीं छोड़ती है. That sea will not leave its maryada of the line, the Lakshman Rekha, which Krishna has put. You can't go beyond this. That Lakshman Rekha, कितना ही बारिश आ जाए, कितना ही तूफान आ जाए, वो नहीं आएगी ऊपर. This is Krishna's Achintya Shakti, which keeps everything, which keeps everything in its perfect place. Then the next verse, Krishna is saying, I am sitting in everyone's heart, and from me comes remembrance, knowledge, and forgetfulness. This is very, very good for, materialistic people. Remembrance comes, knowledge comes, and forgetfulness of the material nature. We can forget the material nature. We can become detached from the material nature. Very good. But for devotees, this is very bad also. Because devotees, if they do one wrong thing, one aparadh, you all are devotees here. So one aparadh, Krishna can make you forget himself to you. Interest क्यों lose होता है? Because Krishna is making you forget himself. Krishna is, the most deceitful person in the world. You can't cheat Krishna. आपके अंदर डिजायर आएगा ना थोड़ा भी मटेरियल वर्ल्ड को एंजॉय करने का डिवोटी बनने के बाद में, Krishna will make gradually, slowly. You will not even come to know how it has happened, but Krishna will take you away from him. He will make you forget. He will make you forget himself. You will also not realize ये कैसे हो रहा है. You will think you are in bhakti, still in bhakti, you are doing, सब चल रहा है. But gradually interest खत्म हो रहा है. और फिर एक पॉइंट पे आएगा जब आपके माइंड से या आपके किसी से अपराध हो जाएगा and everything finished. You will not no longer want to do bhakti. So we have to be very, very careful that Krishna can make us forget in 1 second our Krishna consciousness also, because he is the master of cheating. He is a real chore, makhan chore. चोरी कर लेता है हमारा माइंड की, हमारी स्मृति भी चोरी कर लेंगे वो. हम अभी रिमेम्बर कर रहे हैं कृष्णा को, हम रिमेम्बर कर रहे हैं, वी आर एसोसिएटिंग विद ईच अदर एंड ऑल. 1 minute, 1 second, Krishna will take and finish everything. You are out of the association. You are no longer interested in the association. You can check. 5-6 दिन नहीं आओ क्लास में, आपका इंटरेस्ट खत्म हो जाएगा. 5-6 days just be out, in not active in the group, and Maya will just catch you and take you away. Just catch you and take you away. This is Krishna's, deceitfulness, because you wanted to be away from Krishna, na? So Krishna fulfills everyone's desire. If you want to go near Krishna, he will give you the remembrance to come to him. If you want to go away from Krishna, Krishna will give you that remembrance also. Okay, go. If you want to believe in Krishna, he will give you the intelligence by believing in Krishna. If you don't want to believe in Krishna, Krishna will give you so many reasons not to believe in him. If you want to believe in Mayavad, Krishna will give you all the, shlokas, all such shlokas will come in front of you that support the Mayavad philosophy. If you want to support Paramatmavad, Brahmavad, the Paramatma, Krishna will give you, all those shlokas will come in front of you that support that theory. If you want to serve Krishna as in form, Akar and, Sachidananda Vigraha, then Krishna will show you all those shlokas that will make your faith strong, that, oh yes, Krishna is a form. If you want to go to some demigods, Krishna will make your faith so strong in that demigod. What will happen? If you develop a doubt in Krishna, is Krishna God? Oh, maybe, I am facing so many problems, in my study, or, in my getting any husband or wife, not able to get married. होता है ना 28, 29, 30, 32, 33 की हो गई लड़की, घर वाले की टेंशन बढ़ जाती है. तो लड़की डिवोटी है, लड़का डिवोटी है, चैंटिंग कर रहा है, फिर घर वाले बोलते हैं अरे क्या है, कृष्णा की चैंटिंग कर रहे थे, कभी तक लाइफ में कुछ आया नहीं, कुछ नहीं हो रहा है, एवरीथिंग इज बैड इन योर लाइफ. एंड यू में चलो एक बार पंडित जी से मिलते हैं, या क्या बोलते हैं, फिर पंडित जी बोलते हैं कि बच्चा तुम्हारे इसमें शनि राहु पता नहीं क्या क्या है, ये है, तुम इनकी सेवा करो, तुम उनकी पूजा करो, तुम उनका ये करो, उनका वो करो. आप बोलते चलो यार, अभी मम्मी से बोलते हो, पापा बोलते हैं देख हमने तेको रोका नहीं भक्ति करने से ना, नहीं रोका ना हमने आज तक कभी भी, हमने तेरी सारी बात मानी, वी एक्सेप्टेड एवरीथिंग व्हाटएवर यू सेड. नाउ एटलीस्ट हमारे एक just one thing we want from you, that you do this puja. So you said, okay, what's the, I'll do the puja, no problem. Anyway, nothing is happening. So let's, okay, do it. Then what happens? Arey, puja hua, suddenly you get the rishta, ladka, ladki, you get rishta, and then in 2-3 months, roka, and 4-5 months married ho gaya. Then there's a doubt. My God, I was chanting for so many years, nothing happened. But I worship this, demigod, puja this, and 1 minute में हो गया है. Doubt आ गया कि is Krishna really the supreme, or Krishna really the God, or is someone else? What is that? Doubt. Then what will happen? Then Krishna will, okay, go to that demigod. Then Krishna में faith खत्म. Krishna is only doing this. Krishna is only because you went to that demigod puja. So Krishna, no demigod has their own power. They get all the power from Krishna. We hear in Bhagavad Gita, in Brahma Samhita, right? Like Ganesh gets the power from Nrsimhadev. All the other different demigods are getting power from Krishna. No? So Krishna's power only, Krishna is making that happen. Because you went to them. So Krishna is जानबूझ के, purposely, he is breaking your faith in himself and making your faith strong in some other demigods. Why? Because you cheated. You wanted that. So Krishna will do that. And you will not even come to know that Krishna has done that. And you will start, worshipping someone else. And slowly lose Krishna. That's so, where Krishna is very tricky. He's the master of, what do you say, trick and deceit. Yes, everything depends on our desire. जब भी बोलते हैं अन्य अभिलाषा शून्यम, we have to become materially desireless, zero desire. And then only you can be stable in bhakti. Otherwise, Krishna will make your faith strong in those desires. Because you're chanting Nam Chintamani Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha. Nam is Chintamani, you're chanting. If you have some other desire to bhukti, mukti, siddhi, desire to enjoy, then Krishna will make your faith strong in that enjoyment. And he will give you tark, vitark also from the Shastra, why you should do that. He will do that. Like this, this Guru and Ritvik Vad. So people who want to follow the Guru Vad, Krishna will give them all those shlokas from the Shastra to follow the Guru Vad. The GBC person. They will follow that. The Ritvik, Krishna will show you all the shlokas from the Ritvik to follow that Ritvik, So now what to do? Krishna is tricky. How will you judge, what is right, what is wrong? The Prabhupada said, that we have to be really simple-hearted. Krishna is simple for the simple-hearted. Krishna is tricky for the tricky-hearted. So अगर आपको अपने दिमाग में ट्रिक है ना कि I think I can manipulate my way through, or I can maneuver my, I can try to थोड़ा बहुत cheating, थोड़ा बहुत ये थोड़ा ऐसे वैसे कर करके I can do it. So then Krishna will give you such. Krishna is Mayapati. He is Yogeshwar. He is Mayapati. So he is the real owner of Maya. Maya is Krishna. So Maya illusion will be created, such an illusion in your mind that you will forget all your gyan, all your knowledge of Shastra, Vedanta, Veda, whatever I learned. Forget in 1 second, and out of bhakti, you start questioning everything that's around you. I've seen so many, good, amazing people, just disappear into Maya without a trace, They disappear. Why? Because not so strong faith in Krishna yet developed. So Krishna will give them the knowledge of that knowledge that will take them away from Krishna. That knowledge Krishna will give you. Like that's why Krishna sends Shankaracharya to propagate Mayavad philosophy for those people who doubt whether Krishna has form or निराकार. अरे कृष्णा के पास में अगर चल कृष्णा निराकार भी है ना, लेकिन फिर भी हम कृष्णा के आकार को वर्शिप करेंगे. प्रभुपाद को एक बार पूछा किसी ने, someone asked Prabhupada, what Krishna is nirakar? I said, even then we'll worship the akar only. Why, Prabhupada? Because we want to serve Krishna. We don't want to become Krishna. Our desire is service to Krishna. So even if Krishna is nirakar, no problem. I will still serve the akar form of Krishna. So I derive pleasure, so much pleasure in serving the Lord and becoming one with the Lord. Like yesterday I told for some day that story of the Manjari. Even though she wanted could have got, Lalita was telling her to go and hug Krishna, enjoy with him, but she said no. My desire to just serve, see them enjoying and serve them. That is what should be our whatever our faith should be so strong, one focused and totally not unshakable, that we'll serve Krishna in his beautiful form. Once a person was having this debate with Prabhupada, and the debate was, is God there? Is Krishna God or not God? Or something was that oh yeah, at the time of death, will you go to Krishna or no? Is it possible, or it's just, you know, all theory, philosophy? So the person asked, that what Prabhupada, you know, if you don't, if you realize at the time of death that Krishna doesn't exist, then what? Prabhupada said, even then we are happy because we have done bhakti happily. So we have lived a happy life, a blissful life, a life full of dance, eating prasadam. What do you want? Everyone wants to dance. Everyone wants to enjoy, have nice food, sing songs. So we have lived life such amazingly, so happily. Not morose like, not morose like you all people. We are so blissful. So no problem. We enjoyed our life. We'll die happy. Then Prabhupada asked him, what if you realize that Krishna is there? At the time of death, you realize. What will happen to you? Because you have lived the life, whole life, sinful life. So if at the end of death you realize, oh, Krishna तो है, अब क्या होगा तुम्हारा? हाँ, हमारा तो नहीं है, चलो हम तो फिर भी अच्छी लाइफ जी ली हमने. We enjoyed, we danced, we preached, we did so much, bliss, anand, keval anand kant, dancing like crazy, chanting, having prasadam, going to dhams and everything. We had an amazing blissful life. So we'll die happy. What if you realize at the time of death, अरे भगवान तो है, कृष्णा तो है, आप तो डिप्रेशन में मर जाओगे. मैंने ये क्या किया? मैंने क्या किया कि कृष्णा नहीं है? My God, Krishna is there. So you will die in depression, complete depression. So this is what, you have to have so much strong faith in Krishna that, then only, Krishna will make us remember him. Krishna said, because remembrance comes from me. So if you have not led a life that is Krishna conscious, Krishna will not make you remember him at the time of death. चीटिंग करोगे तो कृष्णा बहुत बड़ा चीटर है. आप सोचोगे, अरे मे बी अभी मैं मस्ती कर लेता हूँ, मजा कर लेता हूँ, लाइफ में मरने वाला हूँगा ना मैं अपने घर के रूम के हर जगह कृष्णा की पिक्चर लगा दूंगा, प्रभुपाद का कीर्तन चालू कर दूंगा, वो टाइम पे सब लोगों को हरे कृष्णा जप करने को बोल दूंगा, मेरे सामने जप कर रहे हैं, और एंड में मैं ऐसे अपनी बॉडी छोड़ूंगा मैं. वेरी गुड. क्या करेंगे कृष्णा? इलेक्ट्रिसिटी गायब कर देंगे जब मरने वाले होंगे, तो कीर्तन नहीं सुन सकते. आपको नींद में डाल देंगे या आपको कोमा में डाल देंगे, तो वो भी नहीं देख सकते आपके सामने. आपके सामने ये सब कृष्णा की फोटोज नहीं देख सकते. आप कोमा में हो तो आप कीर्तन नहीं सुन, कुछ नहीं कर सकते, कुछ नहीं. यार जस्ट लाइक लाइक अ वेजिटेबल. और वहां पे लोग कब तक जब करेंगे कोमा में? तो आप एक दिन कर लेंगे, 2 दिन कर लेंगे, वो भी फेडअप होकर चले जाएंगे. भैया कितना दिन कोमा में रहे, कब तक बैठेंगे? अभी एक सम गर्ल केम आउट ऑफ कोमा आफ्टर 11 years, 12 years, आई डोंट नो. अभी लेटेस्ट न्यूज आई थी कल परसों ही कि वन गर्ल वाज इन कोमा फॉर 11 years. शी केम आउट ऑफ कोमा आफ्टर 11 years, right? So what, you are in, Krishna puts you in coma. You make all the arrangement to remember Krishna at the time of death, and Krishna just puts you in coma. ना मरे ना जिंदा, बैठे रहो 2, 3, 4, 5 साल कोमा बैठे रहो. और विल यू डू? कितने लोग बैठेंगे वो टाइम पे चैंटिंग करने के लिए? आपके आसपास में कोई नहीं बैठेगा. एंड देन सडनली व्हेन एवरीवन इज गॉन, यू विल लीव योर सांस, breath, and die. So you will not get Krishna, because you can't remember Krishna in coma, and there's no one there around you. You can't hear any voice, nothing. So you are gone. So Krishna has so many ways. क्या किया था हिरण्यकशिपु ने? I should not die like this, I should not die like that. There's so many. He made this plan, and just Krishna came, and in one few minutes he just tore him apart. Ravana made all the plan. What happened? Ram just killed him. So Krishna is always ahead of us in every way. You have to understand, we can't cheat him. We think that, okay, like most of you, attendance के टाइम में 135 लोग थे, right? 140 nearly 135. अब देखो attendance के बाद में 122, 125. Attendance के 10-15 लोग चले जाते हैं ऐसे देख के. So they are, the hypocrites of the greatest order, right? They want to cheat Krishna. So Krishna will he's a master of cheaters. First of all, he will not make you remember only Krishna. Even if you somehow make arrangement that you can remember Krishna, he will make you forgetfulness of it. And if you are sincere, then even if if you are not 100% Krishna conscious, you may be very sincere person, very humbly serving, never, fought with never back answered your guru, never doubted the guru, always served the guru with full love and devotion, everything. Even you may not know, what do you say, know to read the Shastra. You may not be very good in Sanskrit, understanding Sanskrit and English and anything. No problem. Divya Prakashito. No, Krishna will give you knowledge, remembrance and knowledge. Plus, even when you leave your body, you may not be perfect 100% Krishna conscious, maybe 50% Krishna conscious, maybe 30% Krishna conscious, maybe 10% Krishna conscious. But if you have served your Guru sincerely with full discipline, then Krishna will make you remember himself. Krishna will give you knowledge of your Sarup at the time of death. He will give you vision. You may be lying on your deathbed, and Krishna will give you vision. Oh, you are so and so Gopa. Oh, you are so and so Sakha. Oh, you are so and so Gopi. So and so Manjari. You are in so and so Vatsalya Bhav. On your deathbed, you will see automatically. Krishna will start showing you all. Your Guru will start showing you all the visions of Golok Vrindavan. And your Sarup, you're serving there, Radha and Krishna, and you leave your body and go back to Godhead. So Krishna will give you the remembrance. Even if you're in coma, but if you have served Krishna very sincerely, still Krishna will come and take you. Krishna says in Bhagavatam, even if you're not able to remember me at the time of death, if you have done sincere seva and sadhana and served your Guru 100% without doubting or back answering or your Guru, then I will come and take you. But if you have done Guru Aprad and everything, then Haritane Aprade Tare Harinam, Vaishnavstane Aprade Na Paritran. Then Krishna will take away all your knowledge. Because the knowledge is coming from Krishna. So he will make you forget, like Karna. Karna had all the knowledge of Brahmastra and every astra. He had all the knowledge. But how did he? But he forgot the knowledge. Right? And when he required his knowledge the most, when Karna required that knowledge of Artha Shastra the most, the Astra Shastra, the most required, that time he forgot the knowledge. This is what Krishna does. Krishna's Maya will make you forget. Obviously, Parshuram, cursed him. Parshuram is Krishna himself. So Parshuram already told him that you will forget your knowledge. Krishna is still like, it's Krishna telling him, you will not. So what happened, Even though he was such a great warrior, he could defeat Arjun, easily there. He was able to do that in that, while he was shooting all the arrows, Arjun's Rath was going behind. And that Krishna showed in the time, at the end, when Krishna told Arjun that, you leave. So Arjun said, no, Keshav, pehle aap jaiye. Bola, nahi, pehle tum jao. ऐसा क्यों केशव, नहीं तुम जाओ. वो निकले. देन हनुमान को बोला आप जाओ. देन कृष्णा निकले. एंड जब कृष्णा हटे तो पूरा रथ ब्लास्ट हो गया, मेल्ट होके पूरा ब्लास्ट हो गया. तो अर्जुन वाज लाइक परप्लेक्स. कृष्णा, आई वाज सेविंग यू, आई वाज स्टैंडिंग हियर, दैट्स व्हाई इट डिड नॉट हैपन. अदरवाइज by the arrows of Karna, you would have you are actually on your own strength, you would have been dead long back. I am standing here, that's why you are still alive. Krishna made Arjun stand there till the end, and he made Karna forget everything. Then by all the Vedas am I to be known. There is always this, why ISKCON people talk about only Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam? Why we don't put stress on Vedas, because Vedas are the oldest text. This is the reason, argument given by the Arya Samajis and the Mayavadis and all these people, that these Iskoniites, they only talk of Gita and Bhagavatam. They don't talk of much of, with the Vedas. Why? The answer is here. By all the Vedas am I to be known. What is Krishna saying? That I am to be known from all the Vedas. So if you know Krishna, you know the Vedas direct, indirect, by default. Because if you go to study the Vedas on your own, there are so many, paths given in Vedas described. Karma Kanda, Karma Yoga, Jnana, Hatha, Ashtang, Buddhi, Sankhya Yoga, so many things are there. So if you read the Vedas, I'm 100%, दिमाग की खिचड़ी बन जाएगी. You will be confused. What is right? What is wrong? Once the same Vedas, I'm talking now. Same Vedas, Rig Ved says that the earth is revolving around the sun. And the same Rig Ved says earth is static. किसको मानोगे आप? Tell me. Rig Ved is saying at one place the solar system is heliocentric and the other place is geocentric. किसको मानोगे आप? बताओ. No, you'll catch your head and sit, what is happening. You will lose faith. You will lose faith. Oh, this is all mine. This is what happened. No? This is how the Britishers were able to, prove that our Shastra or mythology. Because sometimes it is talking of the one thing and sometimes another thing they are talking of. So it's confusing. So they will, what is this? You'll lose faith. But obviously, Vedas are not talking of only our Brahmanda. There are so many Brahmandas. In one Brahmanda it could be geocentric, one Brahmanda it could be heliocentric, one Brahmanda it could be. It depends on Krishna. He doesn't have to. All solar system don't have to follow the same rule, or Brahmanda don't have to follow the same rule. They are all individuals. Individual Brahmandas. They can have their own system. So the Vedas are talking of the complete material creation, not our Brahmanda per se. So, maybe, Brahmaji saw in one Brahmanda, everything is rotating around the sun, and in another Brahmanda, everything is rotating around the, polar pole star. So he put both of them there. So now we have to figure out what is our solar system. So for that, it is necessary to understand the essence of the Vedas. The essence. It is like, many people write autobiography of someone. Example, okay, Modi ki autobiography likhi hai bahut logon ne. Now Modi decides to write his own autobiography. Now which will have more academical value? Similarly, Vedas, किसने लिखे हैं? Who told the Bhagavad Gita? Who sang the Bhagavad Gita? Krishna. So now Krishna is giving his own biography. So which will have more value? Brahma's understanding of Krishna or Krishna's understanding of himself? Brahma's understanding of Krishna will have more value or Krishna's telling of himself will have more value? Yeah, this is the reason why Krishna is telling here, by all the Vedas, I am to be known. I am the essence of the Vedas. Veda में इतने सारे paths है, forget them. Veda का सार यही है, what you have to know me. Nothing else. If you understand that from the Vedas, reading Vedas is good. But if you understand, something else from the Vedas, then you are confused. Because you have not come to this conclusion which Krishna is saying, from all the Vedas, by all the Vedas, I am to be known. Indeed, I am the compiler of the Vedanta. Vedanta, the knowledge which ends, the knowledge of the Vedas, which explain the Vedas. I am the compiler. Like, Ved Vyas, he compiled, And I am the knower of the Vedas. And I know the Vedas. Krishna is saying, I know the Vedas. From all the Vedas, I am to be known, and I am the compiler of the Vedas. And here Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita that I am that Supreme Person of Godhead. If you have any other understanding, then you have not understood knowledge, Krishna is saying. If you have any other conclusion that someone else is God, that means your conclusion is wrong, Krishna is saying here. So now if you have a conclusion from reading the Shastra that so and so is God, or that is God, that means what? That means what? Your understanding is wrong. Your understanding is illusion, full of illusion. This is the reason why Lord Shiva says in Skanda Puran to Kartikeya that if the Shiva Shastra don't agree with the Vishnu Shastra, then reject the Shiva Shastra. What Lord Shiva says? If Shiva Shastra, Shiva literatures don't agree with the Vishnu literatures, then reject the Shiva literature. Any other conclusion is just to illusion you. He's saying Vishnu is the only God. Because we read so many, हमको लगता है कि ज्ञान लेना है ना, जिंदगी में कभी कुछ खाया, कोई इंसान ने कुछ खाया नहीं, तो एक से खाना देता है तो ठूसता है पूरा, फिर क्या होता है, पूरा खाना ठूसेगा तो इनडाइजेशन हो जाएगा, वॉमिट आउट हो जाएगा, राइट? तो इसी प्रकार हमको भी इनडाइजेशन हो जाता है, हम यहाँ से भी नॉलेज, वहां से नॉलेज, वहां से नॉलेज, हम पचा नहीं पाते हैं उसको, बिकॉज वी आर जस्ट intaking knowledge, understanding the context of that knowledge. We are just taking the knowledge without understanding, but we are applying the knowledge. Why it is said that way? Like I told so many times, a building, many people can claim to be the, कि उन्होंने building बनाई है. See, one building, many people can claim that they made the building. The workers who are working can say, ये तो building हमने बनाई है. बोलते हैं ना, वो 4-5 फ्रेंड बोले, अरे ये देख, ये टावर दिख रहा है ना, ये मैंने बनाया था टावर. वर्कर है लेकिन बनाया था, क्योंकि वर्क कर रहा था वहां पे, वो बनाया उसने. आर्किटेक्ट जो होगा बोलेगा, ये दिख रहे हो, ये हीरा नंदानी का, ये मैंने बनाया था, मैंने पूरा डिजाइन किया, मैंने बनाया था इसको. हाँ भैया, सही बात है, वो भी झूठ नहीं बोल रहा है, सही बोल रहा है, उसने बनाया. इंजीनियर बोलेगा, अरे पूरा ये तो मैंने बनाया, वो भी सही बोल रहा है. फाइनेंसर, अरे ये तो मेरी बिल्डिंग है, क्योंकि उसने फाइनेंस किया है. सीईओ, दिस इज माय बिल्डिंग, क्या रहुजास या अडानी या इतने भी लोग हैं, ये लोग बोलेंगे मेरा प्रोजेक्ट है. तो एक ही बिल्डिंग के डिफरेंट क्लेम, क्योंकि थोड़ा थोड़ा काम सबने किया है उसमें, बट रियलिटी में बिल्डिंग किसकी है? जो इस बिल्डिंग का कर्ता धरता है, जो इस बिल्डिंग जिस बिल्डिंग के अंडर फर्म में वो बिल्डिंग बनी है, वो बिल्डिंग का ओनर है रियल में. लीगली दैट पर्सन इज द ओनर ऑफ द बिल्डिंग जिसके फर्म के अंडर बिल्डिंग बनी है. अडानी हो, चाहे वो रुया हो या कोई भी हो, जो नाम होता है उसके वो होता है ओनर. ओनर के अंडर बहुत लोग क्लेम कर सकते हैं कि हमने ये बनाया, हमने ये किया. उसी प्रकार जब डेमीगॉड अलग अलग पुराण में बोलते हैं कि ये भगवान है, वो भगवान है, वो भी बता रहे हैं कि सीमित मात्रा में, वो मोड ऑफ इग्नोरेंस के, ही इज द लॉर्ड ऑफ मोड ऑफ इग्नोरेंस, दैट्स उनको भगवान बोला गया है. लाइक मैंने एक्सप्लेन किया है कि शिव माया से इंटरेक्ट करते हैं तो मटेरियल पूजनी होती है. तो he comes at that stage where he has to interact with Maya. From that stage, yes, he can claim that he created the universe. But before that, for him to come and interact with Maya, Lord Vishnu has to glance it. The glance of Lord Vishnu is the Shiva. The Shiva comes from the glance of Lord Vishnu and he interacts with Maya and impregnates the Maya. So it is Vishnu, Mahavishnu's glance that is making Shiva interact with Maya and impregnating Maya. So Shiva can say that I did it, But before that, people who have read the Shastra, they know that it is Vishnu who has done. Now Vishnu, Mahavishnu के किससे आए? सदा शिव ने क्या संकर्षण से आए. So Mahavishnu can claim, I glanced it, so this is my, but no, he's an expansion of Sankarshan. Sankarshan किसके expansion है? नारायण फॉर्म्स के. वो नारायण फॉर्म किसके expansion है? मूल संकर्षण के. वो संकर्षण किसके expansion है? बलराम के. वो बलराम किसके expansion है? कृष्णा के. So ultimately मत परतम नान्यत. कृष्ण बोलते मुझसे ऊपर कुछ नहीं है, बस मेरे यहाँ पे स्टॉप हो जाता है. So now कितने सारे लोग क्लेम कर सकते हैं कि हमने बनाया है? कृष्णा के बाद में बलराम भी क्लेम कर सकता है कि मटेरियल मैंने पूरा क्रिएशन मेरा है. बलराम संदनी शक्ति है और संवेद शक्ति है. नॉलेज एंड क्रिएशन शक्ति बलराम से आती है. सो बलराम कैन क्लेम दैट आई मेड दिस. देन आफ्टर बलराम संकर्षण एंड प्रद्युम्न वासुदेव कैन क्लेम दैट वी मेड दिस. आफ्टर देम नारायण कैन क्लेम दैट ही मेड दिस. Then second Sankarshan can claim, then Mahavishnu can claim, then Shiva can claim, then Durga can claim. So many people can claim that they made. But ultimately the buck will stop at only Krishna. So log जिनको पूरी totality पता है, they know that Krishna. That's why Krishna is saying here, in the, as we move ahead, he says, there are two classes of people. Fallible and the infallible. The fallible in the material world, जो भी है, they all are fallible. इसका मतलब क्या होता है? In the material world, whoever is there, he is fallible. What is the meaning of this? Every entity is fallible. Material world में है. So all the 84 lakh species, the Gandharvas, the demigods, till Brahma, everyone is fallible. Means everyone will die. Means no one is permanent. Means no one is absolute. Means no one is supreme. In the material world, there is no one who is supreme, Krishna says. Because in the material world, everything is, in the material world, every entity is fallible. And in the spiritual world, every entity is infallible, eternal, no death. The spiritual world mein every living entity is infallible. There is no death there. So whoever is spiritual world vasi, they all are eternal. Satchidananda Vigraha. And Krishna is saying, ये दोनों fallible and infallible के ऊपर एक और है भगवान, वो मैं हूं. Next, beside these two, there is a greatest living entity. There is a greatest. There is the greatest बोलते हैं. Great नहीं, greater नहीं. Is great, is great, is greater, is greatest. Greatest का मतलब क्या होता है? Biggest, greatest. Greatest का मतलब क्या होता है? At the very top, no one is bigger than him. He is the greatest. So besides these two, fallible and infallible, there is the greatest living entity, the Lord himself, who has entered into the world through different expansions or incarnations, or he himself comes in maintaining them. I mean, he is maintaining everything, both the spiritual world and the material world, the fallible and the infallible. And then he says, because I am transcendental, beyond both the fallible and infallible. Yasmat shama atyo aham. Yasmat sharam atyo aham. I am. Aksharad api chotama. Atosmi loke vedecha. Pratita purushotamaha. Because I am transcendental, मैं दोनों से ऊपर हूं. लोग बोल, some days, there is this, one more shloka. Someone asked me this question that, there was never a time when I was not there for you, you were not there, we all were there, Krishna says. Even I am unborn, even you are unborn. So who decides who is greater and who is, why any other soul is, who is in the spiritual world not on the position of Krishna? Because Krishna is saying that even the infallible who are there in the spiritual world, they all are infallible. But I am transcendental to both of them. Because I am the greatest. I am beyond the fallible and the infallible. Both of them are dependent on me. So like I said, infallible, all the material world में जितने लोग भी है, ब्रह्मा से लेके एंड तक 84 lakh species में जितने सब है, Krishna is saying here, because I am transcendental beyond both, means Krishna is beyond all the living entities, all the demigods, all the Gandharvas, all 84 lakh species, whatever you can think. He is saying Atoti Aham. Atito Aham means transcendental. I'm Aham. I am transcendental. I am above all. And I am Purushottama. Purush Uttama. Uttam means topmost. Purush means person. I am a person topmost. The topmost person. The greatest person. There is no one beyond. There is no one above me. Mata Paratam Nanya. There is no truth superior to me, Krishna says. Mata Paratam Nanyat. Mata means मैं. Paratam means मुझसे ऊपर. Nanyat कुछ भी नहीं है. तो मुझसे ऊपर ब्रह्म ज्योति भी नहीं है. कृष्णा डायरेक्टली सेइंग मुझसे ऊपर ना विष्णु है, ना नारायण है, ना राम है, ना बलराम है, ना कोई और है. मत परता मुझसे ऊपर कोई नहीं है. यहाँ कृष्णा बोल रहे हैं आई एम दैट ग्रेटेस्ट बिकॉज आई एम ट्रांसेंडेंटल beyond both fallible and infallible, and because I am the greatest, I am celebrated both in the world and in the Vedas as that supreme person. Krishna is saying जब वेदास बोलता है सुप्रीम एब्सोल्यूट, वो मेरी बात कर रहा है, मेरे बारे में बोल रहा है. Like many Mayavadis or you will go na, they will interpret Om as many things. What are the common definition of Om you have heard? Can someone tell me? Common definitions of Om. General is people think Om means Lord Shiva. Om means Lord Shiva. That is what people mean. But like I told, I gave the example of the klim, in the spiritual world, in the material world, it expands as Om, the klim. That klim, I explained how it is Krishna, and how this Om also, is also Krishna. It's given in, in the Vedas only, that Omkar is non-different from Krishna. And Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, I am the syllable. What does Krishna say? I am the syllable Omkar. I am the syllable Omkar, Krishna says. So Krishna in Bhagavad Gita is breaking so many misconceptions. This is the reason why many of the so-called, people who believe in all the demigods are same, everyone is God, or Nirakar, God is Nirakar, they are scared of Bhagavad Gita. And that's why they don't want to touch the Bhagavad Gita. They want to go to other books, because those books are not so clear. They have everything inside them, because they are catering to all kinds of people, and they have many, definitions and, understanding of the absolute truth. Because Brahmaji, when he gave the Vedas, he gave those Vedas for all mankind. In that mankind, there will be people of mode of goodness also, mode of passion also, mode of ignorance also. So mode of ignorance people will not understand as mode of goodness people. So their intelligence will like I told, will interpret the Vedas in their way, as per their limited understanding. For example, people who are in mode of ignorance, you will see that they worship, they even offer daru to Kal Bhairav. Have you seen that? They offer daru to Kal Bhairav. That worship, that also goes on. or they offer, they cut in front of Kali, all these things, because that is how they are that consciousness. So they interpret the Vedas in that way and they follow that. But then Krishna says, that, in Bhagavatam, especially, in Bhagavatam, this shloka is there in the first chapter. Just 1 second, let me get the Bhagavatam, where Vedvyas makes a very stunning claim. Very stunning claim he makes. Means he's stunning order. Because Vedvyas has written all the Vedas and everything, Text 2. Text 2. Everyone knows Vedvyas is the author, written author of all the Vedas, all the Puranas, all the Itihasas, all the Upanishads and Upanishads. Vedvyas has compiled that, right? Everyone knows that. Just see what in the first chapter, first canto, first chapter, second shloka, what is Vedvyas telling? अभी ये आप है ना किसी राइट विंगर को बोलोगे ना तो आपको इतनी गालियां देगा वो जाके, अगर हम गलती से, मैं भी मेरा लेक्चर अगर हम खाली ये पार्ट कट करके बोलेंगे ना कि रिजेक्ट ऑल द श्लोक व्हाट वेदव्यास ने लिखा है, इफ समवन वायरल्स माय क्लिप, सब मुझे गाली देने आ जाएंगे राइट विंगर, क्या बोल रहा है क्या नहीं, शास्त्र पढ़ते नहीं है, वेदव्यास बोल रहे हैं, क्या बोल रहे हैं सुनो. Completely rejecting all religious activities which are materially motivated, this Bhagavad Puran, Srimad Bhagavatam, propounds the highest truth which is understandable by those devotees who are fully pure in heart. The highest truth is reality distinguished from illusion for the welfare of all. Such truth uproots the threefold miseries. This beautiful Bhagavatam, compiled by the great sage, his own name, Vedvyas, in his maturity, means he has now matured. He become mature means he has become self-realized. In that state, he is compiling this Srimad Bhagavatam, is sufficient in itself for God realization. Now, next sentence. Now, next sentence will. Someone asked, should we not read Vedas or should we not read any other Shastra? This next sentence from Vedvyas, Srimad Bhagavatam, it's a revolutionary sentence. It's a sentence which 99.99% of people in this India will not be able to digest it. They will not. अगर उनको पता लग गया सेंटेंस है, इस भागवतम को बैन कर देंगे, वो पेटिशन डाल देंगे, भागवतम को बैन करो. They will do that. Actually, में. What is the next sentence? What is the need of any other scriptures? वेद व्यास जिसने बाकी स्क्रिप्चर्स लिखे हैं, he only wrote all the Vedas, Bhagavad, all the Puranas, Shiv Puran, and he is writing here that this Bhagavatam is sufficient in itself for God realization. What is the need of any other scriptures? He's saying there is no need. What is the need? Why you want to read any other scriptures? As soon as one attentively and submissively hears the message of Bhagavatam, by this culture of knowledge, the Supreme Lord Krishna will be established within the heart. You will get God. He's saying, what is the use of any other? कृष्णा ने भी यही बोला था. कृष्णा ने गोवर्धन पूजा क्यों चालू करवाई? Why Krishna wanted you to worship Govardhan and not Indra? Krishna was saying, stop this demigod worship. What is the use? मुझे बताओ, व्रजवासी जो कस्टम फॉलो कर रहे थे वो वैदिक था या नहीं था? इंद्र की पूजा जो कर रहे थे वैदिक थी या नहीं थी? वैदिक थी ना, सब मांगते हैं वैदिक थी, राइट? तो मतलब कृष्णा ने वो रुका के एंटी वैदिक एक्टिविटी कर दी कि नहीं कर दी? Krishna told to stop that. That means, as per today's definition, it is anti-Vedic. Because Indra worship is given in the Vedas. So Krishna was the first person to do anti-Vedic activity. जाओ कृष्णा को सुप्रीम कोर्ट में लेके जाओ. हम बोलते हैं तो बोलते हैं लोग, भैया आप ऐसे क्यों बोल रहे हो? कृष्णा ने किया सबसे पहले तो काम. There was someone asking ना, कौन पूछ रहा था ग्रुप में? शायद वंश पूछ रहा था, कौन पूछ रहा था? How can Krishna break the Shastra? See here, he broke the Shastra. He did the first anti-Vedic activity. Poor Vrindavan Vasis, they were all following Vedas only. इंद्र को जाके रोज अपनी पूजा करते थे, इंद्र उनको पानी देता था, पानी आता था. They are following Indra, Vedic mantras, they were chanting everything. Krishna was the first person to break that. So this is the reason, we have to understand that, why, Bhagavad Gita is the supreme, absolute book. Because first of all, Krishna is giving it, and then Krishna himself says that, if you read all the Vedas, so many books, if you don't come to the conclusion that I am God, then your reading of all those books is incomplete or imperfect. Because I am transcendental both beyond both the fallible and infallible. Because I am the greatest, I am celebrated both in the world and in the Vedas as the supreme person. Next shloka he says, whoever knows me as the supreme person of Godhead without doubting, प्रभु जी शिव जी भगवान है या कृष्णा भगवान है? इतना सुनने के बाद में लोग बोलते हैं प्रभु जी मेरे को लगता है शिव जी भगवान है. तो इसका मतलब क्या होता है? डाउटिंग. यू डोंट डाउट, कृष्णा इज सेइंग हियर, whoever knows me as the supreme person of Godhead without doubting is to be understood as the knower of everything, and he therefore engages himself in full devotional service, O son of Bharat. So actually Krishna is saying devotee, जब वर्ड होता है डिवोटी, भक्त, it can only be used for Krishna's devotees. He is saying here, that only people, one who knows that he is the supreme Lord, above all, everyone, everything is an expansion or expansion of the expansion, or plenary expansion, or plenary portion, or incarnation, or Satyavesh avatar, or Guna avatar. They all are his expansions. Lord Shiva is his Guna avatar. Ved Vyas and Parshuram is his Satyavesh avatar. Vishnu and all, they are his expansions. When Lord Ram and they all come, they are all his incarnations. He is Krishna's to Bhagavan Swayam. He is the Supreme Lord. And one who understands that, he is the knower of the knowledge. He is understood to be the who has read all the Vedas. Any other knowledge that is contradictory to this means you are on the path of illusion, Maya. Brahm, you are in Brahm. Same thing Lord Shiva says in Skand Puran. Can someone put that shloka? Skand Puran, Lord Shiva telling to Kartikeya. Says the statement of the Shiva scriptures, abhi ruk jo, abhi aur mat dalo. The statement of the Shiva scriptures should be accepted only when they agree with the Vishnu scripture. Lord Vishnu is the only Supreme Lord and Lord is the path of liberation. This is the conclusion of all the scriptures. Any other conclusion are meant only to bewilder you. आप लोग को उल्लू बनाने के लिए, उल्लू बनाया, बड़ा मजा आया, ऐसे स्क्रिप्चर्स. वेद व्यास बोलते हैं सबको मैंने उल्लू बनाया, बड़ा मजा आया. सब उल्लू बन रहे हैं. हम चिढ़ाते ना बचपन में, उल्लू बनाया, बड़ा मजा आया. तो वैसे इतने स्क्रिप्चर लिख लिख के ब्रह्मा जी भी ऊपर डांस करते हैं ना, उल्लू बनाया, बड़ा मजा आया. वेद व्यास भी सब उल्लू बन रहे. देखो यहाँ पे शिव जी खुद बोल रहे हैं, कृष्णा बोल रहे हैं भगवत गीता में, ब्रह्मा बोल रहे हैं ईश्वर परम कृष्ण सच्चिदानंद विग्रह, लेकिन फिर भी नहीं, हम तो सबको मानेंगे। हाँ, शिव बोल रहे हैं कृष्णा गॉड, ब्रह्मा बोल रहे हैं कृष्णा गॉड, कृष्णा बोल रहे हैं आई एम गॉड, हम बोल रहे हैं नहीं, यू आर नॉट गॉड, एवरीवन इज गॉड। ये तो वही बात हो गई, मोदी बोल रहे हैं मैं प्राइम मिनिस्टर हूं, अमित शाह बोल रहे हैं मोदी प्राइम मिनिस्टर है, राजनाथ सिंह बोल रहे हैं मोदी प्राइम मिनिस्टर है। नहीं नहीं नहीं, अमित शाह भी प्राइम मिनिस्टर है, राजनाथ भी प्राइम मिनिस्टर है, मोदी भी प्राइम मिनिस्टर है, हम बोल रहे हैं। अरे भैया नहीं, ऐसा नहीं है, भाई मोदी प्राइम मिनिस्टर है, वो होम मिनिस्टर है, वो डिफेंस मिनिस्टर है। नहीं, तीनों प्राइम मिनिस्टर है, हमारी मर्जी, हम क्यों माने किसी की बात? हम तो हमारी बात, हमारा दिमाग मानेंगे, नो सुनेंगे हम। इसी में कृष्णा इज सेइंग एवरीवेयर, हर 2-3 श्लोक के बारे में यहाँ इसी इतने we went through 4-5 shlokas. In that 4-5 shlokas, Krishna at least 3 times told that I am God, I am beyond everything. 3 times in just this 3-4 shlokas. In whole Bhagavad Gita, again he is saying I am God. पूरा ब्रह्म संहिता में ब्रह्मा जी खाली एक ही चीज बोल रहे हैं कि कृष्णा इज गोविंदवादी पुरुषम, ईश्वर परम कृष्णा। Shiva, Ganesh, everything, they all come from Krishna. They all are Krishna's, subordinates. ब्रह्मा बोल रहे हैं पूरे ब्रह्म संहिता में, फिर भी हम उनकी बात भी नहीं सुनते, हम उनसे बड़े। ओके, शिव जी खुद बोल रहे हैं कार्तिकेय को, शक्ति पद्मावत क्या पार्वती को, और अलग अलग जगह शिव पुराण में भी, भागवत पुराण में कितनी जगह होल एक चैप्टर है लॉर्ड शिवा का, वेरी सेइंग दैट एक्चुअली आई एम नॉट, पीपल थिंक दैट आई एम गॉड। पार्वती को ही बोलते हैं सर्व आराधना विष्णु आराधना परम। लोगों को लगता है कि कोई पार्वती आस्क्ड लॉर्ड शिवा, आई सी सम पीपल वर्शिप मी, some people worship you, some people worship our son Ganesh, some people worship this Kartikeya, some people worship Vishnu, some people worship different everyone. I am confused, God, my Lord, who is the topmost? Lord Shiva smiles, he says, ये विष्णु की माया है, इसमें मत पढ़ो, सर्व आराधना विष्णु आराधना परम, ये लिख लो। ये अपने गले में गांड में क्या लिख के गले में माला पहन लो इस चीज की, और कोई ट्रुथ नहीं है इससे बड़ा, बाकी सब भ्रमित कर रहे हैं। लाइक रामेश्वर, लोग बोलते हैं रामेश्वर क्यों नाम है, राम के ईश्वर शिव जी है इसलिए रामेश्वर, पर राम जिसके ईश्वर हैं, ये भी इसका मतलब हो सकता है। राम जिनके ईश्वर है, राम ईश्वर, राम जिनके ईश्वर है, रामेश्वर शिव होता तो होता मतलब राम के ईश्वर शिव है, रामेश्वर शिव। बट राम ईश्वर है तो वैष्णव जितने आचार्य बोलते हैं राम जिसके ईश्वर है वो है जगह, शिव जी का मंदिर है वहां पे, तो यहाँ पे राम ईश्वर है, राम इनके ईश्वर है, इसलिए इसकी जगह का नाम रामेश्वर है। दिस इज हाउ द वैष्णव आचार्यस दे एक्सप्लेन दिस रामेश्वर। We'll take the question later. You can bring all the pillars later. Okay. Then we'll try to find the end of that pillar. First, let's try to find the end of this Bhagavad Gita chapter. Okay. So now the last shloka is saying, this is the most confident part of the Vedic scripture, O sinless one, and it is disclosed now by me. Whoever understands this will become wise, and his endeavor will know perfection. I mean, this knowledge is the most confidential knowledge that Krishna is God. Why it's confidential? Because Vedas mein it is not clearly mentioned. You are confused. That's why we have 33 crore demigods we have. Because Vedas में सबको भगवान बोला है, वेदास में सबको भगवान बोला है, तो सबको भगवान बोलते हैं। 30 रेकॉर्ड डेमिगॉड्स हो गए हमारे। ओके, हर लोगों के लिए अलग अलग कॉन्शियसनेस के लोग होते हैं, तो उनके लिए अलग अलग देवी देवता बनाए। जैसे हमारे कुल देवता भी होते हैं, स्थान देवता भी होते हैं, क्षेत्र देवता भी होते हैं। उस क्षेत्र के एक जगह तो मोटर बाइक भी देवता बन गई। एक जगह राजस्थान में जहाँ पे मोटर बाइक की पूजा करते हैं, मंदिर बना है मोटर बाइक का। बुलेट 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 भगवान, बुलेट राजा ऐसा कुछ है उनका जगह का नाम, राइट। तो अलग अलग जहाँ पे जो प्रसिद्ध हो जाता है वहां का भगवान बन जाता है वो। तो इस प्रकार से जो वैदिक टाइम में जितने लोग बड़े बड़े पोजीशन में थे, सबको भगवान, सबको ग्लोरीफाई कर दिया उन्होंने। इसलिए जो रियल भगवान थे कॉन्फिडेंशियल रह गया वो बहुत चीज। इसलिए कृष्णा यहाँ बोल रहे हैं कि व्हाट आई टोल्ड इन गीता, बिकॉज आई एम कृष्णा इज कमिंग एंड टेलिंग, सुप्रीम लॉर्ड इज कमिंग एंड टेलिंग, सो दैट विल what you say, will be above all the other things. It is like someone else telling about Modi and then Modi himself telling about himself. So when Modi tells about himself, that has more value than someone else telling you about Modi, right? Similarly, when Krishna is coming and telling that there are two beings, fallible and infallible. In the material world, everyone is fallible. In the spiritual world, everyone is infallible. But I am beyond both fallible and infallible. Means I am beyond both you see in the material world and the spiritual world. जितनों को भी आप देखा है, आप कौन कौन किन किन को जानते हो? आप सबको जानते हो। आप ब्रह्मा जी को जानते हो, विष्णु को जानते हो, आप शिव जी को जानते हो, आप इंद्र को जानते हो, आप चंद्र को जानते हो, आप सूर्य को जानते हो, आप नारद को जानते हो, कुमार को जानते हो, बृहस्पति को, अगस्त को, वशिष्ठ को, विश्वामित्र को, वेद व्यास को, वाल्मीकि को, आप 84 एक्सपी इतने सब राजाओं को जानते हो, सबका नाम सुना है हमने। दशरथ का नाम हमने सुना है, हमने क्या महाभारत में इतने सारे किंग्स का नाम सुना है, इतनों को हम जानते हैं सब जगह। हमने क्रिश्चियन में जीसस का नाम सुना है, अल्लाह का नाम सुना है, सबका नाम सबका सुना है हमने। तो बोथ फैलिबल एंड इनफैलिबल जो आपने सुना है अभी तक, आई एम ट्रांसेंडेंटल टू बोथ, मैं उन दोनों से ऊपर हूं मैं। कृष्णा डायरेक्टली सेइंग हियर। इससे क्लियर क्या बोलेंगे कृष्णा? आपने फैलिबल जितने लोग के नाम सुने होंगे, इनफैलिबल जितने लोग के नाम सुने होंगे आज तक, आई एम ट्रांसेंडेंटल, आई एम द ग्रेटेस्ट, आई एम अबव देम, इज सेइंग डायरेक्टली। इससे क्लियर कोई बात होगी क्या? मतलब पढ़ते ना कृष्णा सेज देम, मुझसे ऊपर कुछ नहीं, इससे क्लियर कोई बात हो सकती है क्या? अहम सर्वस्य प्रभाव, मैं सबसे ऊपर हूं, मुझसे सब आता है, मैं दक्षिण प्रकृति, प्रकृति जितने भी देख रहे हो सब कुछ मुझसे आ रही है। इनसे क्लियर क्या होगा? भगवद गीता में कृष्णा इज टेलिंग स्पष्ट वेरी क्लियरली हु इज गॉड, एंड दिस नॉलेज अबाउट कृष्णा, दैट हु इज गॉड, इज द मोस्ट कॉन्फिडेंशियल नॉलेज, एंड दैट कृष्णा इज गिविंग टू अर्जुन. Why? Because Arjun is his friend and devotee and the perfect patra. No one has to become a patra. नॉलेज के लिए भी हमको पात्र बनना पड़ता है। हमारी पात्र इतना अच्छा होना चाहिए कि उसमें जब गुरु कुछ डाले तो वो ना घिरे, है ना, और ना वो स्पिल आउट होए, उस पात्र में रहे। तो पात्र इतना परफेक्ट होना चाहिए। तो हम अभी भी जब ये नॉलेज रिवील होगी, या हार्ट में रिवील होगी, या बाय गुरु रिवील होगी, जब हम पात्र बन जाएंगे अच्छे। अभी हम पात्र नहीं, हम क्या है? कुपात्र। अभी हम we are not sincere serious, that's why we are confused. इसलिए हम अनंत निवृत्ति में फंसे रहते हैं। भजन क्रिया अनंत निवृत्ति, साधु संग भजन क्रिया अनंत निवृत्ति। हम निष्ठा तक पहुंच ही नहीं पाते, क्योंकि निष्ठा तक पहुंचने के लिए यू हैव टू बिकम अ पात्र, a vessel which can nicely hold all the food that is inside. Neither it gets spilled out nor it gets drained out. The patra should be so good. So we also, when we will get the knowledge, when we will be surrendered, and when we will be sincere and disciplined in our life. That's why Prabhupada said, if you are sincere in your heart, if you are not crooked-hearted, then Krishna is very simple for the simple-hearted, very crooked for the crooked-hearted. So if we try to act extra smart, then Krishna will send us, because like I said, He'll make us forget the real knowledge, even though you have read so many. Krishna says this is, very confidential knowledge because you are still, you are Nishtavan. You have overcome this duality in your life. And if we also want to understand this deep knowledge, not only theoretically, but practically, by realizing it, we also all have to become Nishthavan. Strong faith in Guru, strong faith in Shastra, strong faith in Krishna. Then Krishna will give us the Om Agyantina Jnananjana Shalakaya. And then this knowledge will go away, this ignorance will go away, and the torchlight of knowledge, Guru will open our eyes with that torchlight of knowledge. Otherwise, we'll always be in doubt and we can fall down anytime. So to understand, it's very rare. Vasudeva Sarvajya Samatma Sudurlabha. To accept Krishna as the Supreme Lord, even though Krishna is telling in Bhagavad Gita, किसी और demigod, किसी और personality ने नहीं बोला है कि मैं भगवान हूं. Lord Ram ने कभी नहीं बोला कि he is God. He never told. No other incarnation told he is their God. No other demigod, even Brahma never says he is God. Shiva never told anywhere he is God. What to speak of all the, Chandra and Indra and all those. Durga never told anyone that she is the Supreme Lord. Krishna is again and again and again and again and again telling in Bhagavad Gita, I am God. Even then, 99% people in India itself, they don't accept. They think, everyone is God. Oh, Krishna is just, yapping. So this kind of sankshep and doubt, and it shows that our nishtha is not strong in Krishna. Our nishtha is very weak. This is the reason why we don't progress. Because this strong faith in Krishna is the foundation of getting attached to Krishna and developing taste for Krishna, and then finally emotions and love for Krishna. That is devotional service. That's only then you can engage in devotional service. That's why they said previous shloka. Those persons who accept Krishna as God means Nishthavan. Bhakti starts after Nishtha. Right now what we are doing is, we are getting ready for Bhakti. We are not performing Bhakti. Before Ananta Nimriti, you can't perform Bhakti only. What we are doing is warming up for Bhakti. We all are warming up right now. It depends on how fast we can warm up our body for the marathon, for Bhakti. The Bhakti warm up we are doing. Sadhana Bhakti means Bhakti warm up. We have not started our Bhakti. Bhakti starts only at the stage of Nishtha. Strong faith. Asakti. Then your connection with Guru is established. The first thing happens is your connection with Guru is established. I mean, you can talk to Guru in the heart, in your heart to heart. Guru can talk to you and you can talk to Guru. Guru may be anywhere, but you can talk to the Guru. And this is Nishtha. Guru will guide you. Then Nishtha, say Asakti, and at the later stage of Asakti, Krishna is also revealed to you. Then Asakti, then Ruchi, then Asakti, then Bhav, then emotion, then Prema. Love for Krishna comes. So we have to, if you really want to see Krishna, then you have to develop that strong faith that कोई भी कितना भी भ्रमित करे, someone asked Prabhupada, that what if, Krishna is not God, Shiva is God, even then we'll worship Krishna only. Why? Because he is so sweet. कहाँ मिलेगा ऐसा perfect person आपको? ऐसा निष्ठा होना चाहिए. कोई इतना परफेक्ट बच्चा मिलेगा किसी को, कोई इतना परफेक्ट लवर मिलेगा किसी को, कोई इतना परफेक्ट फ्रेंड मिलेगा किसी को, कोई इतना परफेक्ट हस्बैंड मिलेगा किसी को. एक हस्बैंड बताओ दुनिया में जिसने 16,108 गाने छोड़ो, तीन शादी की हो, तीनों पति तीनों वाइफ है ना, उन जेलस नहीं हो एक दूसरे से, या अपने पति को ताना नहीं मारती हो, कि है ना मुझे मेरे लेके आए, तुम इसको लेके आए, इससे प्यार करते हो, सो नहीं मार तुम। एक एक पूरे वर्ल्ड में एक एग्जांपल दे दो मुझे कि जिस इंसान ने 2-3 शादी की हो, वो तीनों जो वाइफ है उसकी एक दूसरे से जेलस नहीं हो, खुश हो, या ताने नहीं मारती हो अपने पति को। कहीं नहीं है। कृष्णा को देखो, 16,108 रानियों से शादी करके सेम ही महल में सबके साथ में जब खाना खाते सबके साथ बैठ के खाना खाते, और कोई बिचिंग नहीं कर रहा है दूसरे की, सब खुश है। और सब खुश है, उसके बावजूद जब कृष्णा रात को सोते हैं तो राधे 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 नहीं बोलते हैं। इमेजिन, एक तो उनका कंपटीशन क्वीन से है, दूसरा कंपटीशन वृंदावन वाली गोपियों से भी चल रहा है। इन दोनों में उनको 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 वो खुश है, कृष्णा को सेवा कर रहे हैं। दे आर सो हैप्पी विद कृष्णा। कृष्णा इज एबल टू सेटिस्फाई देम सो मच, दे हैव नो कंप्लेंट्स टू कृष्णा। That's why everyone had 10 children with Krishna, right? कौन करे 10 children जैसे खुश दुखी हो तो? 16,108 रानियां। देखो कृष्ण, कहाँ मिलेगा ऐसा हस्बैंड किसी को? कहाँ मिलेगा ऐसा लीडर किसी को कि इतनी गोपियां लेकिन 350 मिलियन गर्लफ्रेंड्स बोलो आज के लैंग्वेज में, एंड दे ऑल आर डांसिंग विद कृष्ण। अभी आपको मालूम पड़े ना कि आपके बॉयफ्रेंड के किसी एक और लड़के से बात भी करे तो जो गर्लफ्रेंड है वो उसका जीना हराम कर देगी, कोई गाली दे देके उसको, इतना गाली दे, वो दिन ब्रेकअप हो जाएगा। लेकिन ब्रेक ऑफ फिर आपको गिड़गिड़ाना पड़ेगा, रोना पड़ेगा कि अरे मुझे माफ कर दो, मुझे माफ कर दो, मुझे माफ कर दो, मुझे माफ कर दो, मैं कभी नहीं बात करूंगा, कभी नहीं, मैं ब्लॉक कर रहा हूँ, देखो तुम्हारे सामने ब्लॉक कर दिया मैंने, देखो सी आई ब्लॉक्ड, आई विल नॉट। कुछ नहीं सुनने वाले हो। और यहाँ पे ओपनली इज डांसिंग विद ऑल द गर्ल्स। Dancing with all the girls, and they all are happy, and they all are decorating each other so that Krishna is happy. So Prabhupada said that where will you find such a child, such a small, lovable son, amazing friend? कहाँ है फ्रेंडशिप में? गधा बन रहे हैं कृष्णा किसी के लिए घोड़ा बन रहे हैं, किसी के लिए आम तोड़ रहे हैं, किसी के लिए क्या कर रहे हैं। वो क्रिकेट खेल रहे थे, बैट बॉल, वो बलराम जी बार बार छक्के मार रहे हैं, और जितने भी फील्डर्स हैं सब, ओ कृष्णा तुम बहुत अच्छा भागता है, लेके आ बॉल। बॉल बार बार यमुना में जा रही, कृष्णा लेके आ रहे हैं। कई बॉल वहां जा रही, कृष्णा वहां भाग के लेके आ रहे हैं, वहां जा रही भाग के लेके आ रहे हैं। कहाँ मिलेगा ऐसा जो भगवान फ्रेंड जो हमारे लिए इतना कुछ करे? 2-3 बार आप करोगे, चौथे बोलेगे मैं खुद लेके आ जाए, किसी और को ले जाए, बार बार कृष्णा जाए। तो कृष्णा यमुना में जंप मारे कालिया के सामने लड़ने के लिए, बॉल ही तो गई थी अंदर, लेने गए थे इसको। कहाँ मिलेगा ऐसा फ्रेंड? कहाँ मिलेगा ऐसा सन, ऐसा लवर, ऐसा हस्बैंड? So Prabhupada said, forget anyone. For us, Krishna is everything, because we don't consider Krishna as God. First of all, we consider Krishna as our home, as our child, as our lover, as our husband, as a friend, as a master, as all. We have this sweet, loving, emotional bond with Krishna. That bond we can't have with anyone else. No one can take that place of Krishna. No one can replace Krishna in our life. This is called Nishtha. When Krishna becomes irreplaceable. He cannot be replaced by no one in your life can replace Krishna. Nor your parents, your children, your wife, your husband, your lover, anyone, no one can replace Krishna. The day Krishna becomes that for you, you become Nishthavan. Before that, that has to happen with the Guru. When Guru, then Krishna. Because Krishna says in Adi Puran, one who thinks that he is my devotee is not my devotee. He is my devotee of my devotee is my devotee. So this is how we have to develop Nishtha for Krishna. And then when we develop this Nishtha for Krishna, then our bhakti devotional service will start. Then we'll be able to serve Krishna, connect with Krishna, talk with Krishna, walk with Krishna, dance with Krishna, eat with Krishna, talk, reciprocate with Krishna. Who doesn't want to do that? Everyone wants to do that. But this doubt in our life does not allow us to come to that Nishtha platform. This, for a doubting soul, there is happiness neither in this world nor in the next. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. And if you have doubt, if you have sangshay, then you'll never be happy. Because doubt में हमेशा दुखी रहोगे आप, क्या सच है क्या गलत है. So if you really want to reach Krishna and see Krishna, then you have to become Nishthavan. There is this firm faith in Krishna that yes, you are the absolute truth. Everything I see around is an expansion of Krishna, is moving by Krishna's energies. Then, we can begin to untie the mysteries of the Shastra and understand Krishna in its total. Actually, no one can understand Krishna fully, because Krishna is ever expanding. Even Balram with Seshnag, with all its hoods, is glorifying Krishna from time immemorial, and is not been able to glorify Krishna even till now. Why? Because Krishna's glories are increasing every moment, more and more. So by the time you reach the end of one glory, the next glory and the next glory already started and ended. So then you have to glorify that. So Seshnag was finding this difficult. He had millions of hoods, Seshnag. And he started glorifying Krishna. So he used to end, and then he used to see, अरे ये तो कृष्णा ने तो और millions of कारनामे और कर दिए. Then he is glorifying those कारनामेस. जब वो खत्म किया, then देखा, अरे तो कृष्णा ने तो और कारनामे कर दिए. Infinite. कृष्णा के लीला expand. हरि अनंत, हरि कथा अनंत. So like the Krishna's katha is also in unlimited Leela Madhurya, is full of Prema Madhurya. Leela Madhurya is full of Prema Madhurya. So all Krishna's Leela are full of Prema, full of love. Love from your side, love from Krishna's side. There's a reciprocation of love. Love is the binding force between you and Krishna, not awe and reverence, not hope. No. भगवान मुझे ये दे दो, मुझे वो दे दो. Begging bowl लेके नहीं जाना था कृष्णा के साथ में for material things. Even if you want to go for, you have to go with a begging bowl for spiritual things, not for material things. And you have to consider Krishna as your lover, or as your friend, or as your son. Have a madhurya, have a sweet, develop a sweet relationship with Krishna that is above, that is not bound by awe and reverence, but it is fully, governed or fully moved by madhurya, prema, love. Then you will be able to understand Krishna in full and be attached to Krishna, and finally, when the right time comes, you'll be able to go back home, back to Godhead, to Golok Vrindavan, where you can go and serve Krishna eternally. Because right now you are fallible, then you become infallible there in Golok. Once you reach there, never you don't have to come back here again. You can go on serving Krishna and Golok Vrindavan eternally. So Hare Krishna.